Wanted to sleep in big time because in 12 hours I gotta go to work. But I woke up this morning to a disturbance in the computer lab room. Whatever. It was annoying. See, I got this habit of watching a YouTube video. Like, I got into this guy's series last night, which is pretty awesome. Literally what this guy does is he buys pallets of Amazon return items, like electronic based or household based or whatever based. And then what he has an Amazon store, an eBay store, an actual storefront, like a secondhand store type operation, and then he resells the stuff to make a profit. I don't know how he gets the items, but he gets them. Hey, let's see how much I weigh today. Been a while since I've seen a number that low. So yeah, I have no idea how this guy gets these products or what he does, but I don't know, it's a pretty cool concept. But this morning I was woke up to his voice in the other room. My computer decided to restart, but here's the big problem. The render wasn't complete when it restarted. What a pain in the arse. Anyway, people, today is the day after the Fat Fast, so as you can tell, I'm still rendering this shit. If this doesn't work, my next battle plan is I'm going to render each day as a single video and then bring each single video into a brand new timeline and bang that out. That's how I used to do it back in the day with like vlog 500, vlog 1000, vlog 2000, vlog 2500. You know, when I actually cared about the daily vlogs and how many days I could go straight, when, you know, that was actually a thing that I cared about. But it's not really anymore. What I'm gonna do is we'll see how this goes. Right now we're at 21%. Got 3 hours and 23 minutes to go. I made myself a bulletproof cafe. I'm gonna drink that. That's some good BP coffee right there, boys. In about 4 hours, I'm gonna cook my first edible. I'm gonna make some eggs. So yesterday, right, I went to reactivate my PlayStation account. PlayStation Plus. Yeah, I want to play with my buddy. My buddy has PlayStation. He's got the bigger one, the PlayStation Pro, the 3-decker, if you will. I just got the regular one, as you saw in a previous video. But he plays a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and he wanted me to play with him and stuff. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll turn it up. I go to activate it to buy PlayStation Plus, and it came back with an error saying, your account already has PlayStation Plus. And I'm like, what? So I go and check my account. Back when I got the PlayStation 4, that's when I subscribed for PlayStation Plus, because you need that to play online. That's one of the PlayStation things that they started. You know, back in the day of Xbox 360 versus PlayStation 3, the nice thing about the PS3 was free to play online. You didn't need no PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus just got you a couple free games and some other premium content that I could care less about back then. PS4 required pay to play. Turns out when I bought it, and I bought my 1-year subscription, I had it set to auto renew. I've been paying for PlayStation Online for the past 2 years. So, something I mentioned in the 5-day fat loss video was I had some things I wanted to talk about that didn't quite relate to the fat fast, and I really wanted to talk about them on a separate video, and I figured I would use this video here to talk about them. Basically, since I started my journey to a healthier, happier life, like losing weight and feeling great and working out and all that, I've been getting approached by a bunch of people who have already done this journey, but they've used different means. Now, as some of you may know, there are products you can get for weight management. We've all heard about them. You know, there's different weight loss clinics you can go to, or different items you can buy to really help with such a journey. I personally wanted to do it on my own, not with the help of a supplement, because what I've seen in the past is people who use supplements, they lose all the weight, they look great, but there's a cost behind it, right? Like a 1-month supply of like Shakeology, for instance, is probably about $60, $70. And on the website they say, oh, but that's like $60, $70 worth of food you don't have to buy. Does it work? I've seen it work. I know it works. I've seen people do the Shakeology weight loss thing, and the results are fantastic. They look great. But the moment they go off the product, the weight starts coming back. That's not good. So my whole battle plan was to use a diet that I can keep doing to maintain my weight once I get to my idle goal. Hence, the keto diet. Because once you get to your idle goal, you just have to eat enough in a day to maintain your healthy weight, and you'll be fine. You won't lose anymore, and you shouldn't gain anymore. Well, you know, as long as you don't change your lifestyle. There's people who do operations to lose weight. You probably heard of gastric bypass, where they literally make your stomach the size of a walnut so that you can only eat a little bit of food every day. big time calorie restriction. But your stomach thinks it's full, therefore you just don't eat much. Of course you're gonna lose weight when you do that. Less in, more out. What do you think happened to me on these past 5 days when I did the fat fast? Next to no calories in, whole shitload of calories out. There you go. That's how she works. Personally, like I was offered from the doctor, they have some weight loss pill you can take that's like an appetite suppressor. I said no, because I don't want to become dependent on medication. I don't want to become dependent on a product. The only thing I find that's actually kind of good is my friend did Weight Watchers, and that's literally a point system. Pretty much like calories. You count your calories. Calories in versus calories out. Setting a deficit or setting a balance or setting an extreme, if you will, like you eat more, like if you're looking to gain weight because you're just really skinny and you want to build some bulk. Weight Watchers will get you there through their point system, because each one of the foods that you eat has a point system. And if they don't have a food in there with a point system, they show you how to create the points for the food. The nice thing about Weight Watchers is you don't have to buy their products. You can just go to the grocery store and buy stuff and use it as long as you stay within your point limitations. So you end up buying information and then you use it to your own free will. Kind of like how my Fitbit. I bought that to use its information to help me reach my goal. I don't mind Weight Watchers. There's no like monthly fee. You know, you buy the kit, you go, as far as I know. Then I had one guy come on. He basically did, it's not Shakeology, I can't remember the name of the product. And he's like, wow man, you're really losing a lot of weight. What are you doing? And I told him, I said, well, I changed my diet to a low carb diet, because you say keto to some people and they get stupid in the head. So I just said a low carb diet, and I've been working out a lot more. I put in around 30 to 60 minutes a day of a workout, and it's been really working for me. And he's like, well, what are you doing for the visceral fat? Never heard that term before. Sounds pretty bad, right? Visceral fat sounds pretty bad. Sounds like something that, ooh, that's probably really toxic and gonna kill you. Man, what? I gotta do something about the visceral fat. And he's like, well, I got a product here that I'm a partner with them, and I resell the product, and right away I knew what was going on. Looking to sign on another Amway victim. At least that's how I felt, because I've had a lot of people come to me and offer me these exact same things. I'll give you an affiliate discount of 10% on your first month of blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let's do something that somebody asked for here. Hey Google, set volume 80%. I'm gonna ask Google what visceral fat is. Let's see what she says. Hey Google, define visceral fat.
On the website diabetes.co.uk, they say, visceral fat is body fat that is stored within the abdominal cavity and is therefore stored around a number of important internal organs such as the liver, pancreas, and intestines.
Hey Google, is visceral fat important?
On the website tanita.eu, they say, compared to normal fat, visceral fat is stored deeper in the skin. Visceral fat is wrapped around major organs like the liver, pancreas, and your kidney.
So, there you go. From what I read online, Google's being stupid. Visceral fat, exactly like she said, is stored around vital organs. Now you need some visceral fat because it creates a buffer between said organs. Your lungs, your heart, your kidney, and all that. The problem is as you're gaining fat by overeating, like if you're nonstop eating high-level carbs and your body can't burn them off, it just stores them for later use. That's how our bodies work, right? Part of that storage goes into visceral fat. You get too much visceral fat around some lungs, heart, and that, things start becoming harder, like breathing. Your heart starts having problems beating properly because it's got to work against this fat. You know, your liver has problems because it's got all this fat around it that's causing some issues, so on and so forth. This guy here was trying to tell me that this product he sells burns visceral fat because you cannot burn visceral fat because it's toxic. Your body will not burn toxic fat. K. What is the function of the liver? Let's go ask Google. What are you doing there? Hey. Okay, now it's going to look like the cat's talking. Hey Google, what is the function of the liver?
On the website webmd.com, they say, the liver's main job is to filter the blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it to the rest of the body. The liver also detoxifies chemicals and metabolizes drugs.
Detoxifies the blood? Wait a second. Isn't blood used for transferring nutrition from your body into other organs? Isn't that what it does? Hey Google, what does blood do in a body?
On the website kidshealth.org, they say, White blood cells, which fight infections. Platelets, which are cells that help you stop bleeding if you get a cut. Plasma, a yellowish liquid that carries nutrients, hormones, and proteins throughout the body.
Interesting. The way this works is, you go into ketosis. Now your body basically switches over to burning fat. So fat goes into the liver, gets processed into ketones. The liver cleanses the toxins out, therefore sending them to your stool. And the ketones are now used instead of glucose. Interesting. So why can't the liver clean out your fat? Why do you need some special chemical? Because you probably don't. Because, hey Google, can you burn visceral fat?
On the website MacLeodBodywork.com, they say, cardio crazy, doing too much cardio or cardio that's too intense can have a negative impact on your metabolism and hormones, making it harder to release visceral fat. All labs focusing too much time and energy on abdominal exercises as an ineffective way to burn calories and stomach fat, both visceral and...
Okay, well, she's dumb. On the website that I looked up visceral fat when this guy came to me and told me all this shit, I needed my own fact. I like to research things. I need to know. So I looked it up and they said if you're doing anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes of cardio a day, you're gonna burn visceral fat. It's just the way your body works. It's not a toxic fat. It's just fat. It's why you don't have a six-pack, you know? It's why you have a keg. This is the reason why you can sit there and do sit-ups till you're blue in the face. Your abs are gonna get stronger, but you're physically not gonna notice them. You get where I'm coming from now. This is my problem with these lose fat, burning fat, diet fat friggin' products you can buy, like, you know, Shakeology and all that. They work, and my buddy's thing obviously worked because he showed me before and after pictures, and it worked. A meal replacement will work because it's usually a low-calorie, high-nutritious thing that you drink, so it gets processed super fast. There's no breaking down in the stomach needing to be done because these products, they obviously work. My buddy showed me before and after. Yeah, he lost weight. Good on you. But I'm losing weight, and all I'm doing is buying groceries, eating sensible portions, and working out. Which, this is my gym equipment behind me. $50 Bowflex. Exercise bike my parents gave me. And some free weights back here. That is it. That's all I'm using. Not paying no $50 a month gym membership at Good Life. I'm just doing my own thing, and it's working. Some people, they see that you're getting gains, and yeah, I did post online, and like I think what instigated it all during the fat loss, the 5-day fat fast, was when I hit 165 pounds, and I posted that there on Facebook, on my personal page, and that's what tripped them up. You know, I had some people ask me what keto was, and I explained it, basically low carb, high fat diet. I had some people asking me if I'm working. You know, people ask me general questions like, so are you just eating or are you doing anything else? And I'm like, oh yeah, well I do about 15 to 30 minutes of cardio a day plus weight training or resistance training. That's what I'm going to start calling this, resistance training. You know, I walk a lot more, especially when I'm at work. And all in all, I just eat smaller portions and stay away from sugar. And in grains, mainly grains, because Jesus Murphy, I didn't realize how bad they were for you. Not to say that they're super bad, you should probably have some grains, but I'll just avoid those like the plague. But it's funny how it works. Like when you try something new and people are just right away dogging you, trying to send you links for the reasons why this diet is dangerous and you shouldn't do a low carb diet because it could cause problems. And all they read is the headline, and then you go further into the conversation there, into the little document, and you realize, if you are a type 1 diabetic where you need insulin because your pancreas quit a long frickin' time ago, do not do a ketogenic diet. That'll be a bad time. You will kill yourself. However, Dr. Jason Fung, who I've mentioned on the previous video, he actually treats type 2 diabetes with a ketogenic diet. And the results are pretty damn good. He also likes to treat obesity with intermittent fasting, which a lot of you said I should be doing. And I've actually looked into it, and that might be a thing in the future. Right now I just want to get my digestive system back going so that I can actually start eating some regular foods. but intermittent fasting could very well be something for the future. Now, I'm not saying that these products are a scam, that they're a hoax, that you shouldn't go out and do it, or if you're doing it, you should stop. Do what works for you. My only problem is 80% of the people that I've seen take one of these products and run with it, lose their weight, and then not long after they get off the product, because they either can't afford it or figure they can do it on their own, end up putting a lot of it back on. That to me is a problem in my mind, because that means that now in order to be your healthy self, you have to rely on this expensive web-based product that could shut down tomorrow. If you do it through a diet and exercise, food's going to be there, you know, unless there's a super famine, and then there is none, then everybody's going to be doing the old water fast. In reality, if you can just get on a good diet, get yourself a bike, like these things are always sold on Kijiji for dirt cheap. You know, there's like 4 of them on there for 50 bucks. People who buy them think they're going to lose weight, run it for a week and go, this sucks, and then just offload them. Or they sit on them for 10 years and then go, this sucks, and then they offload them. You know, it's, you can easily get yourself a stationary bike. You can easily do HIIT. Man, it looks like I got a freaking mohawk with my gray hair. That's hilarious. Exercise and a proper diet. And the best part is when you hit your goal, you can maintain it. One of the other things you have to have though is discipline, because that 5-day fat fast, let me tell you, I had to show a lot of discipline in the first 2 days, not to say, screw this noise, I'm out, okay? So that's a thing. But even with dieting and all that, it's just discipline. Like, don't, even though you get the craving for a McDonald's Big Mac or a Wendy's Baconator or friggin' Hawaiian pizza, whatever the case may be, you just got to beat those cravings. After a while of eating on this diet, guys, I don't even have a craving for hickory sticks. I don't have a craving for any of the junk food I used to eat. Your body will just gradually learn to not want those disgusting foods and to want real foods. And that's when things get better. And then after you're done hitting your target goal, you just eat what you normally eat and you feel great, you know? So that's why, like I say, these products, yes, they definitely work. I've seen them work. They work great. But the problem is you become dependent on these said products. And when you become dependent on them, now these corporate bastards got you by the short and curlies. That ain't no fun. You can do what you want to do. If you want to actually go the route of these products, by all means, have at her. It's your money, it's your life. But I prefer to say, save the money. Don't have a third party that I got to get shit from if I want to have weight loss or whatever. And just do it naturally. Human body's meant to burn fat. Why not make it do its job? Alrighty, well, it's been about 2 hours since I had my bulletproof coffee, and I feel like getting some solids into me, but they're going to be in the form of goo. The sun's coming in, and the kitty cat wants a tan, but she doesn't realize that she's already black and she ain't getting any darker. Unless she tries to tan her feet. Maybe that'll work. But what I'm going to make right now is a smoothie. We're going to have a green smoothie. Break the fast even more. It'll be easier to digest, like I said. I've just done some research on it. Christ, I hope those avocados are still good. The friggin' O-ring on this thing came out. I gotta fix that. Burb! Okay, so what we got in here is a cup of spinach, around 10 raspberries, some apple cider vinegar, and the rest is water. Oh, and some MCT oil to add some more fat to it. Let's blend this up. My first quote-unquote meal of the day. Baby poop. That's disgusting. Yep. I can't chug it. Oh, wow. Did that ever have an interesting taste to it? Actually, no, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. It's just I'm not used to apple cider vinegar yet. So I do have my meeting with the school board at 4:30 today to see what this project is and what I can do to help. And I was told by my friend's mom that it could lead to another potential job in the future, which could be kind of cool because I don't see the school board ever shutting down. unless they really want kids to be stupid. It's gonna take a minute to upload, 31 gigs. Or 37 minutes, whatever. Gotta love that gigabit internet. Yes, you do. Video's uploaded. Now it's YouTube's job. You'll never be as long as Felix. So doing those long productions like I just did actually wreaked havoc on my computer. Holy crap. It's running so slow right now trying to clear out the memory. It needs a reboot. Another thing I want to talk about is, once again, I talked about virtual reality in the past and how I really wanted to get into it. However, due to unfortunate circumstances and the way the Canadian income tax works, let's just say last week the feds got me. So I guesstimated that I'd be taking home a certain lump sum, but because my income went up too high from working 51 hours and 8 of those hours being double tax and a half, I'm actually not taking home much more than I would if I would have just worked straight time. I actually would have taken home more if they would have gave me Friday off. But because they didn't, the tax man got me. Because of that, the money that I was anticipating receiving won't be happening. So maybe rethink the whole should I get VR thing. And now honestly people, I'm thinking no, I shouldn't get VR. Why shouldn't I get VR? Well, let me give you an explanation on things that I came up with on why I shouldn't get VR. Number one, the kit I want to buy is $529, an extra sensor's $100. After the government takes their cut from that, it's going to be about $700. Still, I'd have to buy some games. I got to buy Standout, I got to buy Onward, just a whole bunch of different games. So we're going to be about $800 when I'm done. I don't really game much anymore, and I thought maybe if I had VR I'd probably game a little bit more, but I honestly doubt I would. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to bother getting it. You know, the lack of funds coming in on payday tomorrow is one of the influencers, and the other one is use. How much would I actually use it? Is it going to make its money back for me using it? As in, am I going to get all the use out of it that I want? The other thing is the set that I wanted, the Oculus Rift. Okay. It's been out since, I don't know, long time. I think they released it in 2012. It hasn't seen many upgrades to the actual headset. It's still the same headset. You know, HTC recently released the Vive Pro, which is a better headset with higher definition displays, built-in headphones, and they're coming out with a wireless pack so you don't have to have it tethered to your computer. You get more freedom range and you're not stepping on the wires all the time. That's pretty cool. No, in my luck, I'd buy the Oculus Rift tomorrow, and then in 3 weeks they would announce Oculus Rift 2 or Oculus Rift Pro, which is going to go for about the same price and have just better shit on it. No thanks. And because I'm in this great big working out, trying to make myself better, healthier, happier, I don't think video games would be the answer. Even though in the winter I do play a lot more video games because it's freaking cold out and I don't want to go outside very often. But I don't really go for walks very often either, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. So for the time being, I'm just going to pass on VR, save my money, and put it into something else. And actually what I was thinking about doing, and this might sound weird because I just said I don't game much, is this computer here is my gaming rig. It's got a micro ATX MSI motherboard in it, a GeForce 1070 GTX, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a couple SSDs, yay. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's got an Intel i7 6700K at 4 gigahertz. Not a bad computer for gaming, right? Plays everything I want it to play. I was thinking about doing an upgrade on it, getting a new board that supports M.2 and going with either an 8700K or waiting for the 9700 series to come out, as they've been rumored to launch for October, chucking one of those in there. Now the 9700 being rumored is supposed to be 8-core single thread. Now there's been a lot of huff and puff about, oh, single thread sucks, you need multi-thread. Not a lot of games in the market that use multi-thread, so I think what Intel is trying to do is make a gaming processor. Single thread that'll just decimate. And she turbo boosts to 5 gigahertz, allegedly. So that's what I was thinking. But then the parts that are already in there, the MSI motherboard, the 6700K, all that shit, I was thinking about tossing that into the Dell XPS 8300 and making that a little faster. Take the 2700 or the 2600 i7 out, board and all that junk, and then stoving that crap into it and making it more of an effective video editing rig. The only difference is I'd keep the 1070 on the gaming computer and the 960 on the editing computer, And in the end, it should be able to throw down harder when coming into video editing. At least that's my logic. The other thing is, I was thinking about doing was buying another computer, but I really don't want to do that because, like, I can still use the 2600 for video editing. It works, it's just sometimes she gets a little sluggish because it's an old outdated CPU with running on newer updated software meant to take advantage of the newer technology. And the other thing I was thinking about doing was this thing here is actually pretty damn good system. It plays everything I throw at it, doesn't give me any problems. I was thinking about buying a micro ATX Ryzen board and chucking it into the XPS 8300 and giving that thing some real life. Put a, you know, an 8-core multi-thread 2700X or whatever the hell they call it into the rig and running with that. And that would probably be pretty impressive for video editing. Give me 16 threads to throw at Sony Vegas, Magix Vegas, whatever, and it would just work. That's, I don't know, I've been tossing around these ideas. I probably won't pull the trigger on any though. I got a lot more thinking to do, whether I want to waste money or not. I don't even know how long I'm making YouTube videos for. Like at any given time, YouTube would just pull the platform from underneath people who are making less views or whatever, but we'll see how she goes. So I will not be entering the VR realm, is what it is. Maybe one day when those mixed reality headsets get updated, I might check them out again. But the problem with them is the things on the front, the cameras on the front, once the remote gets out of range, they disconnect and it's no good. But that price tag though of 300 bucks, very tempting. Alrighty guys, I just got back from my meeting with the school board. What they wanted to do was not exactly feasible, so I had to figure out a way to do it. And I think I did, but it's a band-aid fix until I can find a better solution. Anyway, I want to eat some food, some actual food, not some green slop that tastes like ass. So what we're going to do is we're going to have ourselves a couple eggs, scrambled with mayo and an avocado. 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of mayo. Let's do this. And in the pan it goes. I should put some butter in there first. Stand by. It's been a while since I've made scrambled eggs. But honestly, I've been actually craving these since before I did my fast. These are going to be awesome. And dinner served. Guys, if you like scrambled eggs, this is the first time I've ever done it with the mayonnaise. I saw it on another person's video who was breaking the fast, and they had that and some like fruit and stuff. Mix in a tablespoon of Hellmann's freaking mayonnaise in with it. Blend it up, mix it up, whatever you gotta do, whisk it, I don't care. Get it all together, fry that bitch, scramble it up, drive it down the hatch. Flavor country. Like it didn't look like much food, right? 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of Hellmann's, and an avocado. But I'm actually stuffed. I don't have any cravings either. Fasting has a weird effect on your body. Alright people, how's it going? Just got done my workout, had myself a shower. I feel fantastic! Can't believe how amazing that workout was an hour after having food compared to the previous days. Jesus Murphy. However, I think I'm going to try and start something that somebody else mentioned in the comments, and that's intermittent fasting. And the funny thing is, I can start that tonight, which I'm going to. Like, I have my dinner there at about 7. I worked out at 8. It's currently 9. I'm not gonna have any more food now until I wake up tomorrow after I get home from work. So tomorrow I get home at around 7:30 with traffic, we'll say. Usually I get to bed at around 8. I wake up at around 2, 3. So probably eat at around 4, maybe 5. I'd like to get a schedule going and just see how that affects things. And after doing the 5-day fat fast, to be fair, I think this is completely doable. The intermittent fasting, I think it's completely doable. Like, the fasting reset something in my body, guys. Like, I don't have the hunger I used to have. Like, I used to sit there and always be hungry. I'd be sitting at my computer watching YouTubes or just doing something, and I always wanted to have, like, chips or something, like cook a steak or something, you know? And the thing is I showed this in the long video. I still have all my beer. Yeah, I had nowhere to put the Hellmann's, so it's sitting with the beer. So there you go. I don't even feel like beer anymore. That's odd for me. That's very odd for me. And what's really odd is I always wanted to be able to drink coffee black. You know, I got tons of coffee downstairs. Every Christmas my parents buy me a tub of Maxwell House, and I got 2 full tins plus a half-used tin downstairs. That's a lot of freaking coffee. Plus I got that box of Keurig. And the one thing I hated doing was having to go to the grocery store to buy like creamers or whiteners and sugars. But it made the coffee taste good. The fat fasting, because I couldn't have sweeteners because, well, it would break the fast. And the, I guess the fat fasting is pretty much like an intermittent fast, if you think about it. That's what I did for 5 days. Except for I didn't eat any food. All I did was drank a bowl of coffee in the morning and then just coffee, tea, or water throughout the day for the rest of the day till the next morning. Now I'm taking in foods, but man, did she ever give me a lot of go on the workout. Like, I did the Bowflex, and I actually, I looked up on YouTube there, some high intense interval training for weightlifting on the Bowflex, and I found one for rowing, and it's basically, you just go balls to the walls for the 20 seconds on your watch, and then 40 seconds you put the handles down and you rest. And then when she vibrates again, you grab and you go boom, 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 and you do 6 reps of that. And if you can't go balls to the walls, just go as hard as you can. If it's really slow because you're at muscle failure, that's fine. Your heart rate's going to be up because it's going to be sending a lot of blood to that area to send in repairs, you know, send the nutrients there. And then you, as fast as you can possibly do it, on my Bowflex it's a little harder because to do the rowing, you got to take the bench off and then unlock the seat, and then to do butterflies, benches, or incline benches, you got to reattach the bench to the seat and then go from there. So it's a little bit of a setup process to go. But what I did was I lowered the weight down. Normally I can press or I can flex 90 on there. So I take the 80, the 30, and the 10, and I'll push that both sides. So it's 180 pounds, we'll say. And I do about 12 reps. And I usually do about 3 sets of that. I dropped it down to 50 just so I could rip, get a good burn, but not fatigue myself right away. And I was able to hold my heart rate. Actually, my heart rate got up to 140 BPM, and then she dropped back down to about 122. The watch hummed. I grabbed the friggin' things and just started ripping again. Got her back up to $140, and then back down, then back up to $140. I did that for 6 minutes. Then I jumped, then I flipped the thing around and I lost a lot of heartbeat on that, but whatever. Took a while to reset it up for bench press mode. And then I did punches. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And just keep going until the point where I was completely failed, like until the watch would buzz. And then I would just put my hands down and rest, go. Punch, just keep gripping it. And my heart rate was nuts. It was like up and then down and then up and then down, just what HIIT should do. Then I jumped on the exercise bike. And this is the first time I had that thing going 60 kilometers an hour, just pedaling, just ripping it. Now the speedometer's probably off because it is broken. I did have to fix some components and I probably didn't fix it right, so it's getting a misreading. Whatever. I did my best. But it's the first time I ever had that thing read 60. And my heart rate was in the $140s. And then she would, during the 40-second resting period, she'd dip. She'd dip down nice. And then she'd skyrocket again. And then dip down nice. And that's what you want with HIIT. Because right now I'm just sitting here on this chair and I got a resting heartbeat of 105. And I've burned 3,465 calories today. And the only exercise I did, you just saw it. That's pretty good. Friggin' HIIT is the shit. Alright guys, it's 9:45. I gotta check out soon and head off to work and put in my new shifts for the week. So I'm gonna shut this video down here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm feeling amazing. Probably better than I felt in a long time. Let me tell you a little something about that. So we're gonna call her quits for tonight. Carry on another day. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to ring that bell if you're gonna subscribe. And until next time, peace the frig out.